Hi, this is Doug.
And I'm Cindy.
Welcome to Elder Law Practice Brief. This is a program where we answer your caregiver questions. Today we've got a good one. It's when do I know it's time to put an elderly parent in a nursing home? And we're going to give some reasons that we see in our law practice from time to time. You may have other reasons, but we're going to give some of the typical ones since this is what the question's about. When is it time? So when do we see maybe one time that a person would put an elderly person in a nursing home?
Okay. Very typical example is when elderly parents, mom and dad, have been taking care of each other. Dad has heart issues, mom has dementia, some form of dementia, and they've just been supporting each other and taking up slack. And mom slips, falls, and breaks a hip. She goes into the hospital, and then they say, okay, you need to go for rehabilitation. So she goes into a skilled care facility,
Right.
and she gets rehabilitation, and dad's health declines. He has a heart attack.
And you know, a lot of times in a situation like this, it takes both of them pulling together, kind of both of them leaning on each other to make it.
Yeah.
And something happens to one. We've seen situations where they're both having to go to the nursing home the same day, or one goes to the hospital, one goes to the nursing home, or however it is, their situation's going to change. Maybe one of them can stay at home, but they're going to have home care. If there's enough family, maybe they can help keep one at home for a period of time. But yeah, both of them, unfortunately, in a situation like that, they were just barely making it at home with both of them, and now something happens to either one of them. They may both go to a nursing home.
Another time is when mom and dad may both be at home, very similar situation, but they've got an adult child living with them, being a caregiver. And that child has been providing care, assistance, and supervision for a couple of years now without help from other family members, because they say, oh, well, you got it. And the caregiver hits the wall, and
Yeah.
they burn out.
Yeah.
And they just say, I can't do it anymore. And they haven't made plans for other family members to step in and take up the slack. So everybody else has got to work.
Yeah.
Nobody else can quit their job right now, take care of mom and dad. So they both go to a nursing home.
Yeah, and you know, obviously you've got to qualify physically for a nursing home level of care, but sometimes they do, and you know, sometimes they're not quite bad enough yet to need a nursing home level of care. And so there's other options like assisted living facilities and things like that, or like you said, non-medical caregivers coming at home. So this is another reason. Unfortunately, you know, non-medical care in our area may be 18 to 20 bucks or more per hour. Assisted living facilities may be like $3,500 a month or so, give or take a few hundred. Those are both usually private paid, it's paid out of pocket. A lot of times the family just don't have that much money to pay for that level of care, you know, for a lot of home care givers at home or for assisted living. And mom or dad's gotten to the point where they need assistance, maybe even qualify for nursing home level of care. And they have to go because that's the only option. The kids can't do it. They've got to work. It would take a lot of time, money, you know, a lot of professional caregivers coming in the house to be able to keep them at home. And they just can't make that work. So they have to go to a nursing home. So what's another example that we see a lot of times people going to a nursing home?
You know, a lot of them are crisis mode, is where they haven't planned for the adult kids to help take care of them. They haven't done research to even know that there are options in the community so that you could bring in-home non-medical. And they'll just go from being at home, wife taking care of husband who has some form of dementia, straight to the nursing home. And it's really not necessary, but they didn't know there was another option. So,
and you know, and that's, I guess, a mistake that we see, if there is such a thing as a mistake. I mean, I know people do the best they can, but the mistake is just not knowing the options. And a lot of times people just go straight from mom's at home to mom starts declining, and boom, mom's goes to the nursing home, and they don't consider all of these options that we've been talking about today, you know, home non-medical home care, living with kids, kids living with mom, adult daycare, assisted living facilities, independent living. They don't consider all of these.
So I think we got time for one more, and one that we see pretty often is when one spouse, both spouses are living together, but one spouse has advanced dementia, maybe Alzheimer's, and they're becoming violent, and the other spouse becomes afraid. So they may transition this person to a Jerry Psych unit to have them evaluated, and from there, it's recommended that they need to go to a long-term care facility.
For the protection of that person and their spouse. So, yeah.
Right.
So hope these tips helped, and there's a lot of situations. Your situation may be different from this, but these are just some things that we see occasionally where you know it's time to at least consider this level of care. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.
And thank you for being a caregiver for your loved one. You're making a huge difference in their life.
So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, click on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel, and click on that little notification bell to be notified the next time we do a video.
And if you want to interact with us, check out the description below and leave us a comment and let us know what legal or caregiver topics you'd like to hear about.